Hello everyone and welcome to the WildWeiler Weekly Wrap. As always, I am WildWeiler. This week's vlog almost didn't happen because frankly I've been very busy, and this coming week has me even busier, but I've managed to just get a minute to make like a 3-minute video, so we're gonna do it, okay? I have good news. The channel finally crossed 100 subscribers. This actually happened a few weeks ago, but I kept forgetting to put it into previous weekly wraps, and I'm sorry about that. I was going to do a whole thing, but like I said, I've been busy. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed. I have plans for the channel, and I am so glad so many of you want to take this journey with me. It means a lot to me, and I'm gonna move on quickly because A, I don't have the proper time to do this, and B, I'm probably gonna start crying if I talk about it too much more. One of the things I did do this week that I can talk about here is I went to the middle of nowhere and had a hamburger with a friend that I have literally known my entire life. We've moved a little bit apart, but it was a great time to meet in the middle and just have lunch. And it was a great time. Like, I'm going to bring up the, universal rating scale. And look at that. It's a 10 out of 10. Who would have known? It was great. I loved it. I don't have anything else more to say about it because it's very much somebody else's personal life that I'm not going to just splatter on the internet for views. But I recommend friendship in general as a concept. After that, I watched the movie Renfield, which I had a lot of high hopes for. I read Dracula, the novel, a little bit ago, and it is one of my favorite novels, not because it's a classic or it gave us the sort of modern vampire story. There's a couple of older stories that might have done that, but there's a lot of like people like Dracula because it's old and timeless and whatever. The story itself is meh. It has a lot of antiquated ideas about, say, women, which I didn't particularly like. What I like about it is it's a story told in letters and journal entries, and that has sort of a timeless quality to me. And because of that, I kind of latch to Dracula sort of themed stories now that have those characters, and I had really high hopes for Renfield. Renfield sucks a lot. The execution of this movie is more like an improv prompt that was sort of thrown at them, and then they just ran with it for like 8 beats too many. Maybe there's a way to tell the story the way they want to, but this ain't it. This did not work. On the universal WildWeiler rating scale, Renfield gets a 3 out of 10. Avoid this movie. If your friends say, hey, I want to watch it, be like, nah, maybe we can watch something else. The only reason Renfield doesn't get a 2 is because I finished it, and I don't really think I should have. Finally, we have our train game of the week. First things first, train game of the week started out as a one-time gag, and then I realized I actually have a lot of train games to talk about. It's going to slow down a bit because I'm running low on train games, so it is not going to continue to be a weekly installment. But also don't be surprised if I find a train game before the end of next week. We'll see what happens. This week's train game is Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator, and I can already hear you asking, Wild, what makes this game different than all of the simulator games that you said missed the point when you were gushing about Pandemic Train for 11 minutes last week? Let me answer that with a clip. Choo choo, motherfucker! It's mostly the AK-47. Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator is an accurate train simulation game with shooting mechanics from 2007 Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. And trust me, that's a good thing. Since Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator is only a demo right now, it is ineligible to be rated, but if someone on the team making that, or the publisher, or anybody involved watches this, let me know what I can do to support you, because whatever you're doing is nuts, and I love every bit of it. That does it for this week. I will be streaming on Thursday. I have yet to decide what game, so keep an eye out for that. On YouTube, as always, we have a Warhammer 40k BoltCon episode coming up on Wednesday, and a Resident Evil 2 remake episode coming up on Saturday. I haven't filmed that yet. Hopefully I'll find time to do it. As always, I have been WildWeiler. Thank you for watching. This has been a very quick weekly wrap. Bye-bye.